Hello, I'm Carissa. I'm gonna lead you guys through your Pilates practice today. We're gonna do a beginner to intermediate level workout. We're gonna use some weights. So I have 5-pound weights. We're gonna be doing triceps and upper back exercises with the weights. So pick a weight that's appropriate for you. You could also use soup cans or water bottles or anything that you have two of that's a moderate weight. And then we're gonna start today on our backs. So I'm gonna have you guys just kind of turn, face the front edge of your mat, sit right in the middle on top of your sit bones. Bring your feet hip width distance apart. Make sure your kneecaps are pointing towards the sky and then put your hands on your shins. Just do a little shoulder roll to get your shoulders down and back out of your ears. And then let's tuck that tail underneath us. And we're gonna do a very slow roll onto our backs. Take your time getting there. Try to keep the gaze forward and the tension out of your neck. Come all the way down. I'm just gonna slide a tiny bit forward. And then back of the head will rest. Arms come down by the sides. Flip your palms towards the ceiling. Shimmy your shoulder blades down the back so that they're out of your ears. You have a nice long neck here. And then bring your palms back down to the floor. Belly button pulls into the spine. Pelvis is gonna stay nice and neutral. Neutral positioning just means that there's enough space underneath your lower back for a blueberry to comfortably fit without being squished. All right, so we're just gonna warm it up by doing a little bit of marching. The idea of marching, we're trying to keep our pelvis perfectly stable by keeping our abs on. And we're gonna lift the left leg up without anything else on our body moving. And then we're gonna lower it back down. And then we're gonna lift the right leg up. And then we're gonna lower it back down. We're gonna inhale to lift that left leg. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, slowly lower. Belly button pulls into the spine. Now the left knee stays bent at a 90 degree angle, right? So that it doesn't move. We're moving from the hip instead. One more, this is just our warm up. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, lower it down. Nice job, you guys. All right, so from here, we're gonna float the left leg up to a tabletop and then float the right leg up to a tabletop. So your lower back might be in neutral or it might need to come into an imprint to support you better. So it's up to you. If you need to tuck under and really flatten out that lower back, that's fine too. Knees stay over the hips. That 90-90 bend stays true. Arms down. Let's hinge from the left hip and tap the toes. And then let's lift from those lower abdominals. And then we inhale, tap the right toes. Exhale, lift from those lower abdominals. Arms are long, palms press into the mat. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. Focusing on keeping that pelvic stability, that core control. You got it, you guys. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's do 4 more. Your toes don't necessarily have to tap the earth. We're only going in a range of motion or we can keep our low back stable. So you might be only going halfway today and that's totally all right. Last one, inhale, tap, and exhale, lift. Nice job. Now, keeping the legs in the tabletop position, we're gonna think about taking this left leg and letting the knee fall out to the left. The right leg doesn't move at all. And then we exhale, pull it back. Now we inhale, the right leg falls out. And then we exhale, pull it back. We're trying to keep the knee in line with the hip, and we're trying to keep the pelvis level on the mat. So when your leg falls out to one side, the opposite hip does not lift. It stays stable and still. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's do 1 more. Lower. Lift. Last one on the right. Lower, lift. So good, you guys. Now flex your feet. We're gonna extend the left leg out at a 45-degree angle. So take a nice full inhale to prepare it. Exhale, extend. Stretch it all the way out. Inhale, pull it back in. Exhale, push that right heel, extend the right leg. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, extend the left leg. Exhale, extend the right leg. You got 4 more. Try to stack the knees right over the hips as you return. Push it through, extend. Extend. 2 more, belly in. Extend. extend. All right, nice job. Last thing we're gonna do is a bicycle. Let's point those toes again. You're gonna pull your left knee in towards your chest. You're gonna extend your right leg out. The right leg's gonna lower. The left leg's gonna reach to the sky as the right knee pulls in. Bicycle movements just like you're riding a big old unicycle in the sky. Again, focusing on keeping the pelvis nice and stable, the core control, shoulders down out of the ears, your arms can go as wide as you need for a big base of support. And we're here for 4, for 3, nice job, for 2. We're gonna back pedal, go ahead and switch it up. That's it. Counterintuitive way always feels a little more challenging, right? Wasn't our first choice to go in this direction. Belly button to the spine. Keep moving, try to extend those legs. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring those legs back to your tabletop position. Lower the feet to the floor. Try to get your knees right over your heels. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. Rest the back of the head, chin up, little space behind the neck. Arms down by your side, shoulders down out of those ears. We're gonna do a flat back or a neutral spine bridge next. Pull it in, take your sip of air. We're gonna keep the spine in a long continuous line. We're gonna hinge from those hips. On the exhale, we lift. We're just squeezing the glutes. We're trying to find a nice cohesive diagonal, shoulders, hips, and knees. Take a sip of air at the top, and then you're gonna exhale. Reach your tailbone towards your heels as you lower it back down. Nice full inhale here. Exhale, press and lift. Pause, take that sip of air. Exhale, hinge and lower. So there's no weight in the head or neck here. Nice full inhale, root through the palms and the feet. Squeeze those glutes, lift it up. Take your sip of air at the tippy top. Hinge to lower. We're gonna do 2 more. Keep that core on. Press down, lift up. Make sure your knees are pointing up. Watch that they're not knocking in or out. Just take that sip of air, lower it down. Nice full inhale here. Exhale, lift it up. All right, so we're gonna do a lateral hip shift. That just means side to side. The hips are not gonna dip and they're not gonna twist. They're gonna stay lifted and level. We're also gonna try to just kind of keep this movement isolated to the hips and the waist moving, not the ribs or the legs. So watch that they stay nice and stable. Glutes on, lift and level. We're gonna inhale, the hips go a little to the left. We're gonna exhale, and the hips go a little to the right. Inhale, a little left. Exhale, a little right. Make sure that it's just that side to side movement. The legs are staying nice and still. The ribs are staying pretty still. Last 2, left and right. Come back to center, and then let's hinge to lower. The back just stays in a long line. It's just a hip hinge. Once you come down to the floor, go ahead, let your knees knock to the left. Let your knees fall to the right. Stretch and breathe. Come back to your center. All right, you guys, we're gonna do our second set of bridging. So the second set is we're gonna accompany some spinal articulations. We're gonna roll the spine up and roll down, incorporate, not accompany, incorporate, that's a real word. Arms down, tuck the tail. We're gonna roll the spine up, nice and slow. So we're adding in the spinal mobility. We're peeling each vertebra off, one at a time. Take your sip of air at the top, roll it down. Belly in, take your time here, try to lengthen out, create some space, watch those knees, pause, and then exhale, tuck that tail. Belly pulls in, you roll it up. Hold it at the top. Exhale, roll it down. That's it. Stretch it out, you roll back to a neutral, then you go into that imprint, you tuck that tail, you flatten the back, sacrum imprints, you roll up, hold it here, no weight or tension in the head or neck, and then roll it down. Nice job. Last one, inhale here, and then let's roll up to the bridge. Hold it at the top, hips are lifted and level. So what we're gonna do next is a hip dip. a figure 8, sometimes we call it. The idea here is like right now our glutes are on, they're active, they're supporting our hips in this height. We're gonna let one go at a time, one side go. So let's start with the left. Let that go. You'll notice now your pelvis goes down on a diagonal, that left hip is dipping, and then you're gonna activate that left glute again, and then you're gonna let the right side go. And then you're gonna activate it again, you're gonna let the left side go. So it's like you're drawing like little figure 8s, right? If you get a little more fluid with the movement, it's really just a lower and a lift, a lower and a lift. If you're thinking about that butt squeeze, that's really where this movement is coming from, right? And we're gonna be here for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Go ahead and lift and level, pause, and then roll it down. All right, nice work. Knees go left, knees go right. Come back to your center. We're gonna go into some core work. So we're gonna do our series of 5. We're gonna do the 5 exercises in a row, about 30 seconds each exercise. We'll take a tiny little break in between. We're gonna start with single leg stretch. We wanna make sure that our low back is neutral. You're gonna pull your left knee in. Your left hand comes to the outside of the left knee. Your right hand comes to the inside of your left ankle. And then reach the right leg out at a 45-degree angle. Point those toes. Take a nice full inhale. And on the exhale, you're gonna lift. You're gonna scoop that belly in and up, and you're gonna look at your left knee. Inhale here, pull that knee in. Exhale, switch the legs. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now when you pull the knee in, you're also pulling your abdominals back and towards the ribs. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now modifications for this exercise, you can rest your head. You could lift and lower your head if you needed to, right? So the lower your legs go towards the floor, the more intense it becomes. So if you need a little bit less on the lower back, reach those legs up a little higher to the sky. We're here for 4. Make sure you're breathing for 3, for 2, and for 1. And then go ahead, knees to the chest, lower the head down. Let's draw some sacrum circles in one direction and then the other. All right, so double leg is next. Hands to the shins, elbows wide, belly in. Take your sip of air, and on the exhale, curl up. Look at those knees. On the inhale, arms and legs reach away from center. On the exhale, you circle the arms, you pull the knees back in. Inhale, arms and legs reach away from the center. Exhale, pull it in. Modifications for this one. You can lower the head on the inhale, lift on the exhale. You could keep the head down. You could reach the legs up higher to the sky. It's going to be a little less intense. Or lower to the floor to give yourself a little more abdominal burn. We're going to be here for 2. Circling the arms as long as that feels okay in your shoulders. And for 1. That's it. And then lower the head. Nice job. Draw some circles on the lower back in one direction. And then the other. Alrighty. Next one is single straight leg stretch. Reach the legs to the ceiling, point your toes. Make sure that your low back is nice and stable, either imprinted or neutral. Take a nice full inhale, and on the exhale, you're gonna lift, you're gonna curl it up. I want you to grab for the left ankle with both your hands. Let your right leg fall towards the floor. The right leg's just gonna float. The left leg as long and straight as you can get it, and look at your left knee. Bend your elbows as you pulse the left leg in for 2. Switch the legs, hold the right ankle, bend the elbows, pulse it in, switch the legs. Pulse, and switch. Pulse, and switch. Look at the knees. Keep that nice deep scoop of your abdominals. That's it, we're almost there. Try not to bounce the head, just pull the leg in. It's a stretch. Last 2, and 1. Bring your feet to the floor, rest your head to the earth. Windshield wiper your knees. More than halfway with the series of 5, you guys. All right, I go out of order with this one. We're gonna finish with leg lowers. So we're gonna do the crisscross 4th. Belly in, spine neutral. Walk your left leg to tabletop. Walk your right leg to tabletop. Sweep your arms back, and then go ahead and interlace the fingers right at the base of the skull behind the head. Elbows are gonna go wide. Now when we find this position, we're cradling the back of the head. We don't wanna lift the head with the hands. We wanna rest the head into the hands, get the elbows wide. We wanna lift from our core. So go ahead and scoop it up and lift. You're using those abs. You're thinking about bringing your bottom rib to the top hip, or top of your hips, right? Elbows go wide. Now we're gonna twist. We're gonna leave the legs out of it. We're gonna keep the pelvis and the legs neutral for now. You're gonna exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow, left knee. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Left elbow, right knee. Inhale, center. Keep moving like that. Make sure that you're keeping the pelvis perfectly still, right? So you're reaching across, twisting the ribs, elbow to knee. And if that feels stable for you, you can start to extend the opposite leg as you twist. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. When you twist to the left, you extend the right leg. When you twist to the right, you extend the left leg. And we're going to be here for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Come back to center. Bring your feet down. Release the arms. Bring your head down. Let's circle it around. Knees in. Sacrum circles. All right. Last one we're going to do are the leg lowers. We have lots of different options for this exercise. Couple of ways you can do this. If your head and neck are getting tired, if they feel stressed or strained, leave your head on the mat. Lift your hips up. Put your hands underneath your hips with your palms down. And then rest your hips on your hands, right? Giving yourself a supported, neutral position of your back. You can stay here, just reach those legs up. You can point those toes, squeeze the legs together. You're gonna inhale, lower down about halfway. Exhale, flex the feet and return. Legs are as straight and long as you can, and you move from your hips, focusing on keeping your low back nice and still. If you want to from here, you could lift the head, right? Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, reaching your legs away. Exhale, lift. And then the third level, hands go behind the head. Rest the head back, but keep the scoop. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Squeeze those legs together. Exhale, lift. We have 2 more. Now, if you need to bend the knees a little here, you can. Use that breath. Last one. Feet down, head down, circle it around, stretch out that back. One direction, and then the other. Nice job. Okay, let's extend the legs, and you're just gonna do a roll onto your left side, okay? So, we wanna make sure when we do side lying that we can find a nice stack, shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. You can have your hand behind your head. You can just rest to the inside of your bicep if you want to. Just rest your head closer to the earth. Or you could be up on your forearm. Once you're in this position, what you're gonna do is take your top arm and you're gonna scoop it underneath your left side of your rib cage, right along your left side of your waist, so above your hip but below the rib. And then you're gonna lift. You're gonna see if you can maintain that lift. So in order for me to maintain that lift, I just have to scoop my elbow in a little closer to my body. And then make sure that we're in a nice side lying stack, and then take that right leg out. Flex the right toes. Your heel is gonna be parallel to, or in line with your sit bone, and the leg is parallel to the floor here. And then we're gonna inhale, you're gonna sweep a straight right leg forward. You're gonna exhale and sweep a straight right leg back. You're gonna try to keep that core on and not move the torso, just move the leg. Inhale forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Keep the leg parallel to the floor. No rotation of that right leg in the joint. And we're here for 4. Use that breath. For 3. For 2. Nice job, you guys. And for 1. Reach it forward. Bring it back. Right heel is back in line with your sit bone now, okay? Toes are just pointing forward. Really sweep that leg back. You want to make sure that we're using now glutes and not a T-band as we start to lift this leg. We're going to lift it up on the exhale, lower it on the inhale. It doesn't have to go super high. It's not rotating, it's just lifting and lowering. All the joints point forward. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale and inhale. Belly pulls in and up. Lift and lower. Let's do 4 more. That's it. Really keep that foot flex. Push through that heel. Reach it away from you as you lift it up. Last 2. and 1. Go ahead, lower the leg so it's parallel to the floor and in line with that right sit bone. Point the right toes. We're gonna draw some tiny circles. Think basketball or dinner plate size circles here. We're gonna do 8 in each direction. So slow, controlled movement from that top right hip. The right leg is long and straight. The toes are pointed, tracing the circle. Last 4 in this direction. 3, 2, 1, and then go ahead and reverse. Circle, control. You got it, you guys. Belly pulls in. We're here for 4, for 3, for 2, and last 1. All right, lower it down. Take that left arm, stretch it out. We're gonna do a sideline banana. So your left arm is long and straight, your palm is facing up towards the ceiling. You're resting your left ear to the inside of your left bicep. You're perfectly stacked on the left side. Your legs are squeezing together. Your legs are lined up so that you're nice and long, and then point those toes. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take an inhale, and on the exhale, we're gonna lift everything off the mat. We're gonna try to balance on the outside of that left hip. We're gonna keep the head resting on the biceps so we don't strain our neck. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Lower it down. Nice job. Okay, so we're gonna roll onto our back. And then we're gonna do a roll up to roll all the way up and then switch the sides. So either legs extended, or you might bend your knees gently, pressing your heels into the earth. Arms reach up, shoulders roll out of the ears. Take an inhale, and on the exhale, you're gonna lift. You're gonna reach. You're gonna stretch. You're gonna peel. You're gonna come all the way forward. You're gonna round, and then stack. And then let's go on to the other side. Nice job, you guys. Alrighty. This side, I'll get a little more lift on that side leg banana because I don't have my day bed on top of my arm like I did on the other side. All right, so same idea. Elbow down, lift the waist, scoot your hand underneath you, hold the space, and take the hand out. Let's find our proper positioning here. Bottom right leg stays down on the earth. Top left leg extends. Press the heel back in line with the sit bone. Make sure all the joints are pointing forward and that leg is parallel to the floor. Inhale, forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, sweep it back. Belly pulls in and up. Inhale. Exhale, just forward and back, but staying the same height for 4. For 3. For 2, no rotation. And for 1, inhale. Exhale, bring it back. Now bring that heel back in line with that sit bone. Belly pulls in, find your stacking. Make sure everything's pointing forward. Don't rotate that left femur bone in the joint. And then let's lift that leg. Exhale up, inhale lower. Exhale up, inhale lower. Doesn't have to go super high. Push through the heel. We're doing 12, 8 more. Lift, lower. Push the heel away. Try to get longer through the left side of the body rather than hiking that left hip. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Last 2. I think I might have lost count. That's okay. And last 1. Okay, bring it down. Heel in line with the sit bone. Point the toes. We're going to draw those basketball-sized circles for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse, go the other way for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, lower it down. Extend your bottom right leg. Find your sideline banana position. Right arm extends, palm to the sky. Right ear rests to the inside of that right arm. Stretch it out, belly in, nice alignment stacked on the right, left hand in front of you like a kickstand. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, everything lifts off the earth. Inhale, lower. Exhale, everything lifts. There we go, you got it. 2 more. Head stays resting on the inside of the arm so we don't crank that neck, right? We want to make sure our neck stays nice and relaxed. Last one. And we lower. Beautiful work, you guys. Roll into your back. Alrighty. Left ankle is going to cross over the right knee. Make sure your spine is long, pelvis is neutral, and then go ahead and let's find figure 4. You can push that left knee away, keeping the right foot down on the earth. If you want to go a little deeper, lift the right foot off and interlace the fingers behind the right thigh. Flex your feet and breathe. Especially if you have anything going on with your knees or your hips, you definitely want to make sure you're keeping the feet a little active, maybe flexing those feet. Breathe. Taking a few moments to cool it down here. Two more breaths. All right, foot comes down. And then hug your left knee in towards your chest. Now I want you to kind of make a little cup around your left knee with your thumbs and your forefingers. And then take your right leg and just extend it out. We're gonna do some knee stirs. What that means is we're gonna stir the femur bone around in the hip joint. So we're just kind of getting all that fluid to move around in the joint capsule. Just do a few little circles in each direction, nice and slow. And then go ahead and go the other way. All right, so then pull that left knee in. And then keeping the knee bent, just land the foot back down on the floor. And let's switch. We're going to stretch the right side. Right ankle over the left knee. You could push the right knee away, or you could go a little deeper by lifting the foot off the floor. Again, flex those feet if you have anything going on with your knees or hips here as you stretch out the right side. And just breathe. Make sure the back of your hips is nice and even. There's no need to lift your head up off the mat or anything. This is just a passive stretch. Notice how maybe one side feels a little different than the other, and that's okay. All right, so let's gently bring that left foot down to the earth. Let's make that little circle around the right kneecap as we bring the right knee into the chest. Find that alignment, extend the left leg, and let's do those tiny little knee stirs. You're just drawing the circles, femur in the hip joint. Just a few in each direction. That's it. Alrighty, and then go ahead and pull that right knee into the chest, and then extend your right leg out in front of you. So we're gonna do a roll up to come up. Squeeze the legs together, flex your feet, heels down, toes up, arms up to the sky, shoulders down onto the ears. Take a nice full inhale. Exhale, you're gonna lift. You're gonna slowly begin to peel. Your belly pulls down as you lift it up, reach it forward, and then stack it up to a nice tall seat. All right, let's do a little bit of upper body with the weights. So I'm gonna grab my weights. I'm gonna find a high kneeling position to do the upper body work. If kneeling doesn't necessarily feel okay in your body, you could stand and then just hinge a little forward, right? So you could bend your knees a little and just hinge forward. So I'm gonna come into this all fours position. The first thing I'm gonna do are some rows. So I have my weights in my hands, and then I have my wrists under my shoulders and my knees under my hips. I want to keep my spine long and straight, so I'm looking past the front edge of the mat, and I want to keep my core connected and my shoulders connected. And then I'm going to do a narrow row on the left side. The elbow's going to pull back, top of the arm grazes the ribs, and then I'm going to lower it back down, and then I'm going to exhale, narrow row on the right. Elbow pulls back, top of the arm grazes the ribs. Exhale, just alternating, keeping the spine still by keeping my core connected. That's it. We're going to add on to the narrow row, right? So we're going to narrow row. We're going to extend the arm back. We're going to bend the elbow. We're going to bring it down. To that narrow row on the right. Straighten the arm back. Bend the elbow. Bring it down. So you go into the row. The top of the arm stays stable alongside the ribs. Bring it down as you extend that forearm back. And bring it down. You want to make sure that the inside of that wrist is pointing in towards your body, right? So we're not rotating the wrist at all. It stays nice and solid. Exhale, reach, inhale, lower. You got it. So good, you guys. Let's do 4 more. Keep that core tight. Keep that spine long. Keep that gaze slightly forward. Reach and lower. Make sure you're landing in that right place, right underneath the wrists. Here's your last one. Reach and lower. So good. Alrighty, so we're gonna go into some wide arm rows. So I'm actually gonna flip so that the number sides of the weights are pointing towards one another, towards the center, and then my knuckles are pointing towards the front of my mat. Belly pulls in, and then I'm gonna exhale and the elbow's gonna go out wide. I'm gonna inhale and lower it back down. I'm alternating. Elbow wide, elbow wide. Exhale wide, exhale wide. All right, so to add on to this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in a little circle. We're gonna add a little press back with the legs, alternating the legs as well. So we're gonna start on the left. We're gonna do our row, come down. Now with the left hip, I'm gonna keep the pelvis neutral and keep my hips pointing down, but I'm gonna lift from the left hip. The knee stays bent, the heel flexes to the sky. Then I'm gonna lower it down. Then I'm gonna do it on the right. Lift and press, lower it down. Then I'm gonna do the wide row on the right, and then lower it down. And I'm gonna keep going in that circle. Wide row on the left, elbow wide, spine still. Glute press on the left. Glute press on the right. Wide row on the right. Keep going. That's it, you got it. Keep your hips pressing down rather than rolling open to the sides. Flex the feet. Really try to lift from the back of the leg, right? So push that heel to the sky like you're gonna imprint your foot on the ceiling. That's it. Let's do 2 more rounds. Belly pulls in, spine stays nice and still. We're also thinking about that spinal stability here. 1 more round. Core is on. Flex and press. Flex and press. Finish with the right. And then go ahead and sit back in a child's pose. Roll your weights away towards the top of your mat. You just keep your palms pressing into the weights as you roll them away. Kind of keeping the forearms slightly lifted off the earth. Stretch it out. Roll the hands one direction, the crown of the head one direction. The tailbone is reaching away towards those heels. And then slow, slow, slow. You're gonna stack yourself back up. We're gonna come all the way back up and just do a little quick stretch for the shoulders. Keep the weights right where they are. We're gonna use them again when we do the spinal extension. So quick shoulder stretch. Shoulders go up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. We'll do a tricep stretch by taking the right arm up. Bend the right elbow, pat yourself on the back with your right hand. Take your left arm, sweep it up and over, and grab that right elbow. Now keep your chest lifted for these. Try not to round forward, and breathe. Then let's switch. Take the arms out wide. Now you're gonna bend your left elbow, pat yourself on the back with that left hand. The hand comes between the shoulder blades. Reach the right arm up, grab that left elbow, open the chest, find your tricep stretch. Belly pulls in. Take the arms out. All right, and then go ahead and turn, face those weights in the front edge of your mat again. So you're gonna take your weights, I'm gonna put them in front of my mat. They're still in the same direction, so the number sides are pointing towards one another. And then I'm gonna come all the way down onto my belly. So I'm gonna walk my legs back, I'm gonna keep my elbows close to my side body, I'm gonna keep my spine straight, and I'm gonna come all the way down. All right. Now, I'm gonna roll these weights away so that my arms can be straight. My hands are just resting on the weights. Tops of the feet are down, shoulders are out of the ears. Press the front of my hips into the mat. I'm gonna inhale, lift my heart up, and I'm gonna roll the weights towards me with straight arms. I'm really moving from my upper back. And then I'm gonna exhale and roll it away. I want you guys to get a little better view of what's going on here. So I'm just gonna scoot myself back a little bit. All right. So I'm rolling the weights closer to me. Arms are shoulder width, if not a little wider. Arms stay straight. Tops of the feet push into the mat. Tuck the tail, press your pubic bone into the mat, and then inhale, arms are long, roll the weights closer as you lift the chest up, exhale, roll them away. So you can do this with soup cans, you can do this with water bottles, wine bottles, you can do this with a foam roller, right? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Don't hold your breath. Let's do 2 more. Mobilizing that spine, strengthening the back of the body. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale to lower. Nice work. Once you have lowered all the way down, cross your forearms, turn your head, bend your knees and let your feet go right. And then let your feet go left. Stretch it out. Windshield wipers. Whew. All right, let's go into our next set of spinal extension. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna have you take the weights and we're gonna bring them right alongside our body. So weights are totally optional, right? So if weights don't feel appropriate for you, that's totally okay. Leave them out, do it without. I'm gonna take my arms just a tiny bit wider, right? So they're wider than my shoulders, but they're in line with the hips. Got a good grip on the weights. Taps the feet down, shoulders breathing down, belly pulls in. Now I'm gonna inhale, I'm gonna lift the arms and my chest. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And try not to lock those elbows, so keep a gentle bend. Move from the front of the chest and the shoulder. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly lower. Tops of the feet down, push the hips down, pull the belly in. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower. Turn your head to one side, make your little pillow. Bend your knees and let your feet go right. Let your feet go left. Just a little stretch. Okay. Take those legs, reach them back away from you. So we're gonna put our hands underneath the shoulders, elbows back. We're gonna see if we can lift ourselves up to a plank. So tuck the toes under, belly pulls in, elbows squeeze, they're pointing back. And then let's lift the chest, come all the way up, find your plank. All right, so I'm gonna walk myself a little closer to my mat here. And I want my shoulders over my wrists, fingers spread wide, belly pulls in, glutes are on, I have a nice long spine. Just breathe. Keep those legs active. You can be on your forearms, your fists, whatever you need to do. Stand on a wall. Keep that core connected. You got this, you guys. All right, we're gonna be here for 10. Legs are active and long behind you for 9. For 8, set those shoulders. For 7. For 6. 5, belly in and up for 4. Nice job. 3, 2, keep pushing that floor away. And 1, knees down. Untuck your toes and stretch back into child's pose. Nice work. Stretch it side to side. Rock it back and forth here. Get a little length through the side body. And then slow. Stack yourself back up to a seat. All right, we're gonna do a tiny bit more upper body. So we're gonna do overhead tricep extensions. So you can grab one weight or you could grab both weights, right? Whatever feels more appropriate for you here. You're gonna take the weights together, reach your arms right up over the crown of your head, make sure your elbows are staying over your shoulders, and then let the weights go back behind you. I'm gonna hold on kind of the tops of the weights here. I wanna make sure my spine stays long. I'm gonna take an inhale. I'm gonna exhale and stretch it up. I'm gonna inhale and bend. I'm gonna exhale it up. I'm gonna inhale and bend. I'm gonna exhale it up. I'm gonna inhale, bend, exhale up, and I'm gonna be here for 4. Squeeze as I lift, keep that nice long spine for 3, for 2, and for 1. Stretch it up, take the arms out, bend the elbows down, and then go ahead and put the weights aside. Nice job, you guys. All right, so we're gonna do some stretches. We're gonna do our side bend mermaid. So I'm gonna have you find what we call Z-sit. You're gonna bend your left knee towards the left. You're gonna take the left sole of your foot, connect it to your right knee. Your right heel just goes kind of right directly behind that right knee towards your right sit bone. Make sure you're sitting up tall and straight on those sit bones. Take your left hand out to the left side of your hip. Take your right arm up to the ceiling. Palm faces the sky. And we're gonna find that stretch. You can bend your left elbow in towards your side body and press your right sit bone down. Now, if this doesn't feel appropriate for your knees, you could kneel, you could sit cross-legged, you could just extend the legs out in front of you. So you have lots of different options for a seat. Inhale, reach it up. Now we're gonna open the chest and drop that right shoulder blade back as you spiral the chest up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna exhale, and we're gonna go back to the side bend. One more time. Inhale, open the chest, drop the right shoulder, look up. Full breath in, and then exhale, side bend. Now this time, we're gonna rotate down towards the floor. So trying to square your shoulders to that left edge of your mat. Exhale, side bend. Inhale, squaring the shoulders, dropping the chest. Exhale, side bend. Bring it all the way back. All right, hands come down, sit back, let's switch the legs. So just lean it back. Right knee bends, right sole of the foot to the left knee. Sit up tall in those sit bones, pull your belly in, shoulders over the hips. Right hand reaches away, in line with that right hip, left palm to the sky, right elbow bends in as you find your side bend. Now, the side bend, you're imagining just like you're between 2 panes of glass. You're just stacking shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip. Inhale, exhale, push that left sit bone down as you stretch. Now inhale, lift the heart and reach up. So you're rotating the left shoulder blade down and back. Open the chest to the sky. Exhale, squaring yourself to the front of the mat and find your side bend. One more time. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, square it off and side bend. Now lift it up. Find that side bend on the exhale. Push that left sit bone down. And now we rotate to the right. Drop the left shoulder. You can bring it down. And exhale, side bend. And inhale, rotate. Keep the chest lifted. Exhale, side bend. And then bring it all the way back. Awesome job, you guys. Cross your ankles. Sit up tall. Shoulders go up, back, and down a couple times out of the ears. Just to find some length and some space here. Alrighty, so let's do just a couple different breathing exercises together. So we're gonna do a calming breath called box breathing. So the idea is that the box has 4 sides, so does this breath. We're gonna inhale for a count of 4. We're gonna hold, no breath out or in, for a count of 4. We're gonna exhale for a count of 4. We're gonna hold, no breath out or in, for a count of 4. We're gonna do that 4 times, right? So I'm gonna cue, I'm gonna count for the first round, then I'll just cue the inhales, the holds, and the exhales, okay? So find that comfortable seat, just rest your hands on your legs, shoulders relax, let your eyes close, and let's begin inhaling through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, no breath out or in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Last round, inhale. Hold. Exhale. And hold. Inhale, with the eyes flutter back open, like the arms reach the sky. Look up. Exhale, open the arms wide as we pull the shoulder blades down the back. Let's do 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And last breath here. All right, you guys, we're all done. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I'll see you again